Well, moving to the next question. Level 2 by 10th question. A person moves 30 meters north and 20 meters east and then 30 root 2 meters southwest. His displacement from the original position is. Let us try to picturize this, children. First of all, let us consider that coordinate system. Okay. Or instead of that, let us consider the direction north, east, south, west. So what they were saying is a person moves 30 meters towards north. So first of all, if you consider the position of a person here, so first of all, he was moving towards the north direction. How long, children? 30 meters. Then 20 meters east. Again from here, he moves 20 meters towards east. This is 30 meters and here it is only 20 meters. Then 30 root 2 meters southwest. Where is southwest? Here it is west and here it is south. So southwest means something like this, 30 root 2. So from here, this person must be moving in the southwest direction. With what value? How much, children? It is 30 root 2 meters. Let me discuss something like that. Yeah, 30 root 2. So, I am not taking any scale reading. I am simply drawing a rough diagram. First of all, they took 30 meters north, 20 meters south and then 30 root 2 meters southwest. So, this 30 root 2 can be resolved into two components. So, let us picturize this. 30 root 2. This, if 30 root 2 means it must be 45 degrees, children. Okay. And here also 30. So, this is 30 and here is 30. So, if he is moving 30 root 2 meters southwest, it simply means that he covers 30 meters south and 30 meters west. So, that only indicates that 30 root 2 southwest. So, if he covers 30 root 2 south, then what is the displacement? So, here it must be. So, the person and now 20 meters here means the final position of the person is here. So, this is the initial position and here is your final position. How much is the gap, children? It is 10 meters. He was 10 meters away from the initial position towards east. So, where is the correct option? So, 10 meters east. East. West వచ్చింది. East. Green. East. తప్పు 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 తప్పు. East. West. East. $30 meters north, 20 meters east. East ante ite kada. And 30 root 2 meters southwest. Southwest ante itu. South ante itu, west ante itu, southwest ante itu. So, his displacement from the original position. Ante ikkada 30 meters. Ikkada 30 meters. Oh my God. Sarpen. పిల్లలకి ఎలా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలి చేద్దాం. బ్లాక్ బ్లాక్ So moving to the next question, children, 10th question. A person moves 30 meters north, then 20 meters east, and then 30 √2 meters southwest. So in order to solve this type of problem, let us first of all consider the directions. So how are these directions? First of all, this is north. Here is your north direction. South direction, these are the directions. East and west. So this is the direction. So what was given, children? In the question it was given that this person covers 30 meters north. So this is north, south, east and west. So this person covers 30 meters. 30 meters north. So here it be 30 meters. And next, then 20 meters east. So from here he moves 20 meters east. 30 meters east, south, north and 20 meters east. And from there 30 √2 meters southwest. Where is the southwest, children? Southwest will be in this direction, parallel to this. The southwest direction must be something like this. Okay. And how far is he covering? 30 √2 meters. Already I have discussed this as a 30 meters. Then 30 √2 is divided into its component vectors. Component vectors means one horizontal component, the other is your vertical component. So horizontal component 30 cos 45, vertical component also 30 cos 45. Why? Because if the person moves in the northwest, the angle made by them will be 45 degrees for each. So 30 √2 means 30 √2 cos 45 and 30 √2 cos sin 45. 30 √2 cos 45 is nothing but 30 √2 and cos 45 is 1/√2. So this is 30. So along horizontal component also he covers 30 meters. Vertical component also 30 √2 sin 45, which is equals to 30 √2 into 1/√2. Here also it is 30. So he covers horizontal value 30 meters and vertical also 30 meters. So let me remove this for more clarity. So if it was given that he was giving 30 √2 in the southwest direction, then what does that implies? It implies that he moves 30 meters towards the south and 30 meters towards the west. So once again, let us recall back our condition. This way he is going 30 meters. This way he is going 20 meters. And again, down he has come 30 meters and horizontally he covered here. So where was his initial position, children? Initially the person was here and finally he was here. So how much far away? This part is only 20 meters and this part is 30 meters. Then how much it should be? This must be 10 meters. And 10 meters which direction? West direction. This was his initial position. And this was his final position. So now his position is like this. He started here, he ended up his journey somewhere here. Okay. So it indicates that 10 meters towards west. Therefore, the third option must be true. So I know it is little difficult for you to understand because in order to make you understand this, first of all, I need to discuss the component of vectors, resolutions of vectors that you will be learning in the higher classes. But with the help of a simple mathematical reason, you can understand this, children. So what they are saying is, first of all, 30 meters north. So just plot it here. Again, 20 meters east. So this part. So here 30 and here 20. Now again he was moving 30 root 2 meters southwest. 30 root 2 meters means that 30 root 2, some portion is along the horizontal direction and some portion is in the vertical direction. 30, 30 will give you 30 root 2. So like that if you consider, so 30 means finally he will be here, 30 means he will be here. So this was the initial position, and after moving down he was moving like this. So this was the final position. I just plotted the parallel value, I just shifted it here. So initial position and final position, the distance is only 10 meters and it was facing towards west. So the correct option is 10 meters west. So moving ahead with the 11th question, children. So statement is given that displacement vector S1 has magnitude 5 meters and is towards positive x direction. So one vector is given, S1 vector, which is pointing towards the positive x-axis and it covers 5 meters. Displacement vector, another vector S2 has magnitude 8 meters and is pointing towards negative direction. Then the vectors S2 and S1 are. So for this it is okay to cover only x-axis. So clearly this is positive x-axis and this is your negative x-axis. So how much is the displacement for S1? It covers 5 meters. 5 meters on positive x-axis, and now S2 covers 8 meters on negative x-axis. This is what given. Displacement vector S1 has 5 meters and is towards positive x-axis direction. Displacement vector of S2 has a magnitude of 8 meters towards negative direction. Then the vector S2 minus S1 is. So what is the value of S2 minus S1? The value of S2 minus S1 is, this is 8. So let me take it as minus 8. So actually this to be written as 8 along x-axis means minus I cap. 8 is the magnitude, direction along x-axis indicated as minus I cap. And this symbol minus is there, so I have to represent this minus as it is. S1, what is the value of S1, children? 5 meters. Magnitude is 5, lying along positive x-axis indicated with the letter I cap. So finally, this value must be equals to S2 minus S1 is equals to minus 8 I cap minus 5 I cap. So how much is the final value? So this is found to be minus 13 I cap. What does minus 13 I cap indicates? It can also be written as 13 times of minus I cap. So this indicates that the vector is along the negative x-axis and whose magnitude is 13 meters. So 13 meters towards negative direction. So where is the correct option? 13 meters towards negative direction. So fourth option must be true. I hope everything is clear. Magnitude and direction. Magnitude and direction. S2 minus S1. Subtract S1 from S2 and then you will be getting this value. So now moving to the next one, 12th question, children, multiple correct choice type. If two vectors have the same direction but different magnitude, same direction, different magnitudes, parallel to each other or like vectors, they are said to be, yes, sir. So what are they? Multi-correct they said. So two vectors, vector 1 and vector 2. So what it was given as, they both represent the same direction, but what makes the difference? Their magnitude is different. So how are they? What are they? They both are parallel to each other. Yes. And they can also be called as two vectors of different magnitude but representing the same direction are also called as a like vectors, which we have already discussed. So two options are correct. One is option 1 like vectors. The other is option 2, that is also parallel vectors. So reasoning type. First statement and two statements are there given and you have to identify which one is true. First one, P is given as 2, 3, 4. Then the position vector of P with respect to origin is. So as we have discussed something related to the position vector, if P is equals to something like this is given means it indicates that this magnitude along x-axis, the second is along the magnitude along y-axis, and the third one indicates the magnitude along z-axis. If P of x comma y comma z is given, children, if P of is given as x comma y comma z, then the position vector OP bar from origin can be written as xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. This is how a position vector is being written. So now in this case, let us see what is the correct answer. So here if 2 is along x-axis, 3 is along y-axis, 4 is along z-axis, then the value of OP bar can be written as xi cap. X is 2, I cap plus yj cap. Y is 3, j cap plus zk cap. Z is 4, k cap. So this must be the value. Similarly, in the statement 4, 3, 2, 4 are the values of x, y and z were given respectively. Hence, the value of OP bar in this case is equals to xi cap. X is 3 along x-axis, I cap. Magnitude is 2 along y-axis and magnitude is 4 along k cap. So this must be the position vector. So now you are asked to find out whether which statement is true. So first statement, what is given? They have 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. We too got the same answer. So of course statement 1 is true. Similarly, regarding the statement 2, what we are getting? 3i cap plus 2j cap plus 4k cap. But they gave some 4j cap plus 2k cap. So no doubt this statement is false. So what do you observe, children? Statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. So which one goes good? Option number 3, that is statement 1 is true, whereas statement 2 is false. So let us move to the 14th question, children. A vector of magnitude 6 units along negative y-axis is, how much is the magnitude they gave? 6 units. Negative y-axis is x-axis I and minus I cap, y-axis j and minus j cap, z-axis k and minus k cap. So now you are asking to find out negative y-axis. So y-axis means j, negative means minus j. So it should be minus j cap. So how much is that, children? It is equals to minus 6 j cap. So option 3 must be true. So moving ahead with the next question, that is 15th question. A vector of magnitude 9 units. What is the magnitude given? 9 units and lying along negative x-axis. Negative x-axis indicated by minus I cap. So what is the value? Minus 9 I cap must be the answer. So option 4 must be true. Magnitude and direction. Now to the 16th one, a vector 10 root 2 units in xy plane is. So it was given that already we have solved this. One is x-axis and the other is y-axis, and it was given that this vector is having a value of 10 root 2 in the xy plane. So this is nothing but this can be resolved into two components. One is 10 cos 45, other is 10 sin 45. Okay, so that resultant must be. So actually, if A bar is any vector, then its components making an angle theta, its component is given as AX along I cap, along x-axis, AX I cap, magnitude is AX and I cap, and here it is AY J cap. Okay, so this can be written as this 10 root 2 magnitude must be 10 root 2. So what is the magnitude? Magnitude of A can be written as AX square plus AY square under root should be the value of magnitude. Let us suppose that all, of course, 10 are given. Already I told you that if it is happens to be 10 root 2, 30 root 2, I gave you example 30 here and 30 here. So if here it is 10 root 2 means here it must be 10 and here it must be 10. So let us verify whether it is true or not. So 10 square plus 10 square. How much is that? 10 square, if you take it common, 1 plus 1 under root. Root over 10 square is 10. leftover is root 2. So magnitude is clear. No doubt the value of Ax is 10 and value of Ay is also 10. So Ax, magnitude of Ax is 10 and this must lie along the x-axis, indicates I cap. So 10 I cap. Similarly, Ay, the value of Ay is also 10 and this is lying on the positive y-axis. So 10 j cap. So let us check which one is correct option, children. 10 I cap plus 10 j cap. 10 I cap plus 10 j cap. So fourth one holds good.